At the end of this video, you will learn some lessons so that what happened to me would not happen to you. Because today somebody told me something that made me to reflect a little bit about my own life, then I realized that I would have been dead by now. Maybe by now, my mom, my siblings probably would have forgotten about me. Honestly, because it happened in such a way that I was ready to do anything just to take my own life. But just that I didn't have that courage. I wasn't that courageous enough to take up a knife to stab myself or to take a poison to drink and die. But I could still remember, going to bed and asking God that I don't just want to see the daylight of the next day, that He just take my life. I entered a cab and I was praying that the cab would just have an accident so that everybody would just die. Like I was ready to die. But I didn't have the courage to take the knife to stab myself. Honestly, it was so bad. I'm saying this right now just because I've totally triumphed over it. I've overcome it. So that is why I'm telling you this now, because over the years, I didn't have the courage to talk about it, honestly. But people that know me very well, people around me that know me, they knew the story. It was such a horrible incident, such a very horrible one. So that was 2019. And so at the end of the video, you will learn how to manage your life, manage your finances. That was 2019 when I was about to graduate, from school, then Federal Polytechnic, Nekede. Yeah. So, and then I don't know what happened. I lost my phone. Then before I knew what happened, before I could get to bank to block my bank account, then all the money in my bank account, all of them are gone. Like I didn't empty. When I say empty, I mean empty. And this just had to do with all the money I saved up all through the week, the holiday, and it just for my rent, for my textbooks, for my school fees, for everything. Then they just gone within a blink of an eye. I didn't know what to do. It was so terrible for me. Honestly, it was so terrible for me. So it was like, and then I realized one thing after everything, that sometimes you will be hearing people, you hear that someone took his own life or took her own life, and they are dead and they are gone. And my brother, don't even think that those people they are eating chicken and fried rice, or maybe everything is just well with them, and yet they were able to do that. Don't blame people. People are going through a lot, honestly. But it's just for you to build that resilience so that whatever life throws at you, you can be able to handle it and still, to move on, to push on, because life is not easy, honestly. And one of the things that made me to be saying this is just that somebody looked at me and she was like, I wish I was you, and I'm like, you are joking. He didn't know what I've passed through, like what I'm going through and all of that. And then that taught me a lesson after that, and then it's a lesson again for you now, because whatever you are going through, don't even think that it will last forever. It won't last forever. It's just for a matter of time, because life is just all about process and stages. You will win a stage and then you look back and wonder how you did it. That's just how life is all about. That's just how everything works, honestly. So it's just for you to have that mindset that whatever happens, you are still going to succeed. Maybe do I sound like a motivational speaker? No, I don't want to sound like that, okay? But I just wanted to understand what I'm talking about. Like, I've never opened up to tell people what happened. It was so devastating, honestly. Like, okay, I left school after that. I left school and I traveled home. And I told my mom, see what happened, and I was totally the one, taking all the bills, catering for my everything. And then when that happened, and you know what? The most wonderful thing is that I was sponsoring myself in school. Like, I was doing everything without anybody, asking for. I finished school without asking anybody for any rent or for anything. So when that happened, it brought me down on my knees. That's, man, at this time it's time to seek for help, to sort after yourself. But shout out to my mom. She's a queen. She's a king. She's a queen. She's a king, not even a queen. Honestly, she did it for me after everything, because I went home. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know absolutely nothing. I don't know. And if anybody tells me that I would survive that thing, I wouldn't have believed, honestly, because it was such an excruciating moment. So, but I survived it. So it's just to tell you that whatever you are going through, yeah, you're gonna survive. And then you learn again. Okay, I lost that money. It was a huge money by then, I'm not gonna tell you the amount anyway, but it's the money that can cater for my for the whole year, in school, So, but can you imagine what if I took my life then because of that money? And look at me now. I'm making way much more money than that right now. So that's just how life is. And somebody said one thing. Was it Dr. Lumide Emmanuel? So he said, before you pass every level, you must pass a test that's associated with that level. Like, before you cross a threshold, maybe you are dealing around only in 1,000. Before you pass that level to be counting in millions, you must pass a test. Probably you may lose all the money that you have at that realm before you will upgrade. And the same thing, even when you are operating in millions, that's the same way everything works. There must be a test, maybe for you to lose everything and that realm of million before you cross that threshold, to be dealing in billion and all of that. And wealth is hierarchical. And you know one thing, when it happens to you, you learn. You learn how to manage your finances. You learn how to guard it well so that you can be able to handle the next level. It's just like that. So now what happened is that, okay, they told me that that maybe somehow I saved my number. I saved my account number in my phone. So that's why they were able to hack into my bank account and stole all the money then. And it happened to so many people. It even happened to my cousin after that. But when everybody was becoming aware of what is going on, everybody was trying to take proper precaution to prevent it from happening to them. So this is my advice now for most of you guys saving your account number in your phone. Saving your account number in your phone, please stop. Okay, stop. It will cost you. It will cost you. And in this life, you pay with your ignorance. So it's just like that. Please don't do that. Don't save your bank account in your phone. It's very treasonous. It's very dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. And again, don't save your BVN number on your phone. Don't save it on your phone, please. Find somewhere to write, maybe in your room, and hide it somewhere. At least if it got stolen in your house, maybe it may be your brothers that will still steal it, which means it's still part of you than an umbrella or something, taking it out, from you. So this is just my two financial advice that I will give you today. So, and I survived it. It's not a good experience, honestly. I still remember it just like yesterday. It's not a good experience. It's a very horrible one, and which I will never wish for my enemy, to pass through such a thing. So be careful out there. Be careful with your finances, so that at the end of the day you will provide for yourself and for your families. Love you, boss.